Two Philadelphia moms standing up for faith-based foster agencies are asking the Supreme Court to hear their case. The city is threatening the agency because of its views on marriage to change its religious beliefs or close. Joining me now is Nick Reaves, legal counsel at Becket, a nonprofit law firm dedicated to protecting religious freedom. Becket represents the families, children, and Catholic social services in this lawsuit. Nick, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me how we got to this point where you guys are asking the Supreme Court now to take up this case.
So Becket represents two foster families and Catholic social services, which is one of 30 different private agencies that contract with the city of Philadelphia. Back in March 2018, the city of Philadelphia said, we'll no longer allow you to place new children in the homes that you endorse and that you work with because we disagree with your religious beliefs. Two foster mothers and the agency themselves have continued to fight for their First Amendment rights, and we're asking the Supreme Court to protect those rights.
What do you think about the significance, how important this case is in the bigger fight for religious freedom?
I think there are at least two different angles to answer that question. First, in just the foster care context, there are over 400,000 children in foster care nationwide, and we need all hands on deck to help those kids. And Catholic agencies are particularly well suited to help the most vulnerable children. They're really good at placing children with disabilities, minority children, and older children, all of whom have difficulty finding loving homes. And these Catholic agencies might be shut down. So I think in just the foster care and adoption space, this is very important. More broadly, I think it's important that the Supreme Court reaffirm that religious agencies who are trying to help those in need don't have to check their religion at the door when they enter the public square and try to care for the most vulnerable in our country.
And I imagine this is so upsetting to so many people in Philadelphia because they have a long history with Catholic foster agencies.
That's exactly right. The city of Philadelphia has been doing foster care for about 50 years, but Catholic Social Services has cared for children for over 100. They used to care for 120 children at a time, but because of what the city has done, they now have over 60 empty beds, meaning that kids could be in these homes today, but are being prevented from caring for these children.
And like I say, we're talking about a situation in Pennsylvania, but we've seen faith-based agencies in Massachusetts, Illinois, California, the District of Columbia, all being forced to shut their adoption foster care services because of the beliefs that the children should be placed with a married mother and father. What are sort of the national implications? We look at the bigger picture here when courts don't support people with traditional values.
I think that's exactly right. It prevents them from caring for the most vulnerable in need. And that's one area where individuals with a faith background are most effective. 45% of Catholic Charities adoptions are of children with a learning disorder or with a disability, and other agencies don't have that same kind of record. There is space for a diversity of viewpoints, and these Catholic and other Christian adoption agencies bring that diversity, and they're able to recruit families who might not otherwise choose to adopt, specifically because those families want to work with an agency that shares their religious beliefs.
Okay, well, we'll continue to follow this case and see if it gets all the way to the Supreme Court. Nick Reaves, legal counsel at Becket. Thanks so much.
Thank you.